Good morning, my name is Staff Sergeant Mark Fulgencio, and I am the Chief Martial Arts Instructor for the Martial Arts Satellite School here in 29 Palms aboard our base. Okay, today we're going to talk about and we're going to demonstrate a lot of our techniques that we do and how our program actually works. But before we get into that, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about our history and where we actually came from and how we got to where we are today. Does anybody know when the Marine Corps started? What do you got? 1765, close. Anybody? 1776, is that right? 1964. Oh man. You guys got a decent study.
You told me that.
Where does it say in my shirt? Alright, done. Okay, well, when we started our program, it began way back in the day with what we call the Continental Marines. Alright, the Continental Marines, they started that martial arts training. And what happened was, as the years went on, we went to World War I, and we fought against the Germans, and we did martial arts there. We went to World War II, and we had what we call the Marine Raider Battalion, who are a big contributor to our program today. They also fought. We go to Vietnam in Da Nang. We had several engagements. And then we came to Operation Iraqi Freedom. I'm sure that you guys heard a lot about. We did some engagements there. And then more recently, a couple months ago, we had a Marine by the name of Sergeant Woldridge who received a Navy Cross, which is our nation's second highest award because of what he did in combat. And it was doing MCMAP, our Marine Corps Martial Arts program, to not only save his life, but to save his fellow Marines and sailors' life. Okay? All right, so what happened was back in 1998 that we had a general, his name was General Kulak. He was our commandant, and he saw that we had this current program that was called LINE, which stands for Linear Infighting Neural Override Engagement. And all we wanted to do was take out the opponent and neutralize them as fast as possible and as deadly as possible. General Kulak didn't like that idea. He wanted to turn our Marines more of what we call an ethical warrior. So he finished his commandancy and then he handed off everything to General James Jones in 1999. And General James Jones said, "Staff, I want to create a new martial arts program." So his staff, they went all over the world and they got the best martial artists. And do we know any types of martial arts? What we got?
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. That's not a martial art, but he is pretty cool though.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. Got it. Karate? Good answer. Karate. I like that one. What else we got? Taekwondo, maybe? Okay. What else?
Jiu-jitsu.
Yes. Jiu-jitsu. What else we got?
Judo.
Judo. Very good. So all those martial arts from all over the world all came together, and we, the Marines, looked at them and said, "This is our gear. This is what we do in combat. How do we survive? Teach us how to fight. Teach us how to survive in combat." So that took about 2 years, and in 2001, our program, MCMAP, the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, went ahead and got launched. Our program is based off of 3 different disciplines. So we have our physical discipline, which the Marines here are going to show you today. We have, which is pretty much doing the techniques, doing physical training, PT, things of that nature. Then we have our mental, where we talk about different types of martial culture studies all around the world. And then really, really, really important, because we're going back to what General Jones and General Kulak said, we have our character, which is how we conduct ourselves as people. Not only as brothers and sisters, but as moms and dads, boyfriends and girlfriends, and all that stuff. Aunts and uncles, it's very important how we conduct ourselves. So we have that as well. When we take all 3 of those circles and we put them all together, we have what we call the ethical warrior. A gentleman or a lady knows how to conduct themselves in combat and knows how to take out the enemy, deadly and fierce, if it needs to be done. If it doesn't need to be done, then we're not going to do that. Would you walk down the street and because an old lady is yelling at you, you're just going to beat her up? No, absolutely not. You're going to say, "Man, what are you doing? Stop. Please don't hurt me. I don't want any problems." But back in the day, with our old type training that we had, it could have been very possible where we just react and we just go to town, and because that's what we were trained to do. So we fixed all that. Okay, we have, just like many other martial culture studies in the world, we have a belt program. Okay, so we have 5 different belts. We have a tan belt, we have a gray belt, we have a green belt, brown belt, and a black belt. All 5 of those belts. The first belt, tan belt, is what Marines and officers are taught in recruit training in San Diego and Paris Island, and also in Quantico, Virginia, at the basic school, what we call TBS. Once they finish that school, they come out here or to their schools where they're going to learn what jobs they're going to have in the Marine Corps, and then they have the opportunity to do their gray belt. And then they have the opportunity to do their green belt, brown belt, and black belt. And as we demonstrate each of these belts, I'm going to stop and we're going to talk about it, so that way you guys have a good understanding of how everything's going to work. Sound good? Yeah. Okay. Now keep in mind when these Marines back here, when they're doing these techniques, they're only going to go about 10 to 15, 20% maybe, so that way you can see everything that's going on. So it completely makes sense. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate and ask me. Sounds good? Okay, so at this time, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate our TAM belt, which is our basic level training. They're going to do basic punches, some kicks, and then some types of counters to chokes and holds. All right, what do we think? Pretty cool, huh? Go ahead and clap it up for them. That is our TAM belt training. There's our very entry level. So a lot of basic stuff, a lot of things that you see around, just basic punches and basic kicks. Well, from there, they have the opportunity to progress towards their gray belt, like I was saying earlier. You guys, it's going to be very important for you to remember what belts that I'm talking about, because I'm going to ask some questions a little bit later, and if you get questions right, then that means good things for you guys. Sound good? I promise you. You guys are going to get gifts later on, but you got to answer questions correctly. Okay? So we move into our gray belt. Our gray belt, what we are now trying to do is teach our Marines, our sailors, on how not only to defend themselves on the ground, but to further advance their strikes. So what's going to happen before us is you're going to see some counters to strikes. You're going to see Marines throwing punches at each other, throwing kicks at each other. We're going to defend that and then take them down to the ground. We also get into some judo. Who is the lady that was talking about judo? All right, so now you're going to see some judo, and you're going to see some throws that are going to happen as well. And then we're going to finish off with some good ground fighting, and then we're going to sit and talk about the next belt. Sound good? All right, here we go. Here's the gray belt.
Sit back, man.
What do we think about that? That's pretty cool, huh? So do we notice how the training is getting a little bit harder, a little bit more rough? Yeah, you saw how he got thrown down, he just bounced off the ground. And remember, that is only about 10 or 15%. Can you imagine if he threw him as hard as he possibly could, what's going to happen to him? Do we have any ideas? What do we got?
Fractured skull.
Oh yeah, fractured skull. Is that what we want our enemy to have? Yes, we do, right? What else do we have? A broken back. That's another good one. Do we want him to have a broken back?
Yes.
Is he going to be able to get up if he has a broken back?
No.
So that means we, the Marines, have won the battle, correct?
Yes.
One more. Ooh, broken rib cage. So anybody ever had broken ribs before? Oh, it is miserable. It is so miserable. You can't breathe and it hurts and you just want to just crawl and go to sleep for a long time. Okay, we got one more right here. Maybe death. Well, maybe if we did a hip throw off of a building, you know, about 500 feet, maybe he would die. But we don't want to take it that far, okay? But that was still a very good answer. Okay, you got another one? What we got?
Brain trauma.
Brain trauma, very, very important. And as Marines, we need to make sure that when we train, that's why we train at a lower percentage, so that way we don't give each other that brain trauma, or what we call second impact syndrome. Very good. Okay, so let's move on into our green belt now. So now the Marine is a gray belt. He is still a beginner level martial artist, but now he has the opportunity to become a green belt, which is our intermediate belt level. He also, or she also has an opportunity to become a martial arts instructor. Martial arts instructors are green, brown, and black belts with a tan tab on the side. It is a 3-week program that they must go through, and they learn not only the tan belt, gray belt, green belt techniques, but they also learn about martial culture studies, where we talk about the Marine Raiders, when we talk about the Aztecs, when we talk about the Spartans. We know who the Spartans are, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, everybody loves the Spartans, right? There's Sparta, right? Everybody remembers that scene, absolutely. So you want to do it? Can you say it? All right, here we go, all together. Say, this is Sparta. 1, 2, 3. This is Sparta! Absolutely, great job, guys, great job. So that's what they learn how to do. They learn how to really advance their techniques, learn how to advance their techniques, and then we also teach them on how to teach martial arts, which is why they're called martial arts instructors. The part of the curriculum that we teach now, we're getting into weapons on weapons. So we're gonna have bayonets, we're gonna have knife on knife, we're gonna have baton on baton doing lethal training, and then we're gonna do some hand-to-hand combat as well. You ready to see what it looks like? Yeah. Oh, we're not ready to see? Yeah! All right, sounds good. Here we go. Green belt. You can't start with like, man. Yeah. Alright, give it another hand. So what belt was that? Green belt. Okay, just making sure you guys are remembering this stuff. Now, once you become a green belt and a green belt martial arts instructor trainer, you have another great opportunity. You have an opportunity to go to Quantico, Virginia, to go to the martial arts instructor trainer course. The martial arts instructor trainer course, when you leave there, you will become a first-degree black belt. Unless you are a second-degree black belt instructor, then you will leave a second-degree black belt instructor. Now, the way we determine on what degree we are is based off the number of stripes on our belts here. So I have 2 stripes, so that means I am a... You guys are brilliant, absolutely. All right, and then if we go all the way up to say 6, what degree is that? 6th degree. Can you imagine, say, if you walked up to that guy and you saw all those stripes? What are you gonna think? That guy can fight, right? And we have one, and his name is Master Sergeant Jacobs. And Master Sergeant Jacobs is the staff at CYC, which is that school that we all go to in Quantico, Virginia. That school is 7 weeks long, anywhere between 8 to 12 hours a day, and we go out to the training area, we get gas, all kinds of fun stuff, but we further build our ethical warrior piece. We really learn how to be an ethical warrior, which is that important or no? Yes, it is, absolutely. We want to be good people to take care of everyone else. Okay, so from there we learn advanced belts. We have 2 more belts left. What belts are those? Brown and black. Very good, kids. Brown and black. So what's going to happen here is our demonstrator is going to go ahead and show you some brown belt and some black belt techniques. And the way it works is now we advance into different types of weapons. And we also go into multiple attackers. So imagine if one of you had to fight 2 or 3 people at one time. We have certain methods that we actually utilize to take out our opponent. Are we ready to see what it looks like? Yes. No, we're not ready.
Yeah!
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, advanced brown belt and black belt. Yeah, stay back.
I go and take a look at it real quick? Come on, man.
Get back!
I just want to see it real quick, man. Come on, be cool.
Back, you don't need to touch
Be
my
cool, man. I just want to take a look at it.
Stay back. Sir, stay back right now.
One look. One look.
I just...
Grr!
Stay in school, right? All right, give me a hand, guys. Give me a hand. So what do we think?
Awesome.
Pretty neat, huh? But it takes lots and lots and lots of practice. Lots of practice. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you about that character piece, that really important piece to make us better people. Not just better Marines, but better people in general. Who here has chores? Everybody, right? I even have chores when I go home. We all have chores. So does anybody receive an allowance for chores? Did you get an allowance? How much allowance do you get? $5. Let's give her a belt. Hey, you get 10 belt. Give her a 10 belt. $5. Outstanding.
$5.
Right here, right here. Right here. So you get $5. Anybody get anything more than that? Oh, say half. What do you got over here? $15. Oh, you gave her a gray belt. That's pretty high up there. All right, one more. Me? All right, me, what do you got?
Although she does have to pay me if she doesn't do her chores.
$10. All right, we'll give her a gray belt.
That's nice.
Okay, so
Like somebody's gonna get paid to do it.
$20?
You pay me?
Can I borrow 5? 20, that's amazing. I will give her a green belt. I get 3 belts. Okay, oh, you get 30, huh? All right, toss me a green belt. Put your hand up. All right, so let's talk about this $20. What's your name?
Sean.
John?
Sean.
Sean. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Sean. So we're gonna talk about your allowance and your $20 bill. What do you like to do? What are some things that you like to spend your money on?
Xbox.
And video games, go figure, right? You have a Playbox 360, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
A Playbox? Or is it an Xbox?
Xbox.
Xbox, okay. So, you save up all your money and then you want to take it to the store and buy a video game, right? I assume that's what happens? Okay. So, imagine this. You get your money and your mom puts in a bank account for you. Is your mom here today?
No.
No, okay. So your mom puts in a bank account for you and then one day you go to the bank because you're ready. You got $100, so you're ready to go buy that awesome game. You go to the bank and you say, "Excuse me, ma'am, I would like my $20, please." And she's like, "Well, you have $100." She's like, "I'll take it. I'll take my $100." So she gives you a brand new $100 bill. Pretty awesome, right? It's brand new. Like they just took it right out of the machine, and you were that lucky one that got that brand new $100 bill. I have a question for you. How much is that bill worth? $100, right? Give her a 10 back. Easy question. So Sean takes that $100 bill. You're so proud. Yes, I got this awesome $100 bill. I'm going to GameStop down the street. And I'm gonna buy me the new. What's your favorite game?
Call of Duty.
All right, Call of Duty. Nice, fitting for what we do, right? Yeah. I like it, awesome. So, he wants to go buy his Call of Duty game, and on the way, who's one of your friends here? Paul. You got a lot, you're popular. Who? Paul? All right, Paul. You see Paul, but you don't want Paul to see that $100 bill, right? Because it looks so good. So you put it behind your back real quick. Hey, Paul, what's up? How you doing, man? Where you going? Just for a walk with the mom, just hanging out today, doing some stuff. And you're like, all right, cool. You take that $100 bill and you put it in front of you, and you notice you grabbed it really hard. And when you grabbed it really hard, you saw that there was a dent in there. There was a crease, right? Who can tell me how much that $100 bill is still worth? $100, brown belt, right there. Little man, brown belt. Oh. So you're telling me, even though that $100 bill has a crease in it, it's still worth $100? Are you sure? It doesn't. Remember that. Remember what he said. It does not matter what it looks like. What you got? Oh, you want me to ask you a question? What's your name?
Harley.
There you go. There's your question. We'll get you taken care of, I promise. Okay. So he has that $100 bill. How many creases are in there? Just one, right? All right. So one crease in that $100 bill. He's upset. But he rubs it real quick. Tries to iron it out, make it all nice and new again. And then he continues to walk down the street. Man, you guys are all right. I'm ready. Just practicing. So he's walking down the street, and all of a sudden a big gust of wind. Do we ever have gusts of winds out here in 29 Palms? Yeah. All the time, right? Big gust of wind, whoosh, comes through. His $100 bill flies out of his hands. He's running after, he's trying to get it, and he quickly gets his foot on top of it, picks it up, and he gets his $100 bill. Bad news, right? Now there's all kinds of creases in there. Really upset. Why is everybody raising their hands? All right, Harley, what do we got here? How much is that $100 bill worth?
100.
Still? Even though there's all kinds of creases in that $100 bill? All right, let's give her a black bill. Very good, good answer. Okay, so now let's take this a step further. Sean, do you ever get mad?
Yes.
Do you ever like, I hate life, do things like that? No, you never do that? So you're really calm, cool tempered?
No.
Well, guess what? Today you just did, right? So your $100 bill has all kinds of creases in it. You get mad, you crumble it up, put it in your pocket. And you're stomping around, and then you get to the store, and you're like, video game time. So you pull out that $100 bill, and it's all crumbled up. It's all beaten to shreds. All torn apart, just lots of crinkles, lots of wrinkles, dents, everything's messed up. Who can tell me how much that $100 bill is? Everybody. Oh, what we got back there? What you got, big man? $100 bill?
Yes.
Give him a bell. Give him a brown belt. We got brown belt left, right? All right. So, that bill is still worth $100. Is that a true story? Yes. So I'm telling you all this information. Why? What do you have? So, did everybody hear what he said?
No.
He said, speak up.
It doesn't matter what it looks like, it's still worth what you get it for.
It's still worth what you get for. What else do we have? Who else has an answer? What do you got?
It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's still $100.
Okay, what do you have over there, sweetie?
Don't judge a book by its
Don't judge a book by its
cover.
cover. You got a black belt left? Oh, absolutely. Good answer. Good answer. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. You all are in what grade? Sixth grade. What are some things that happen in school? What we got? Drama, right? Oh, Facebook drama. Oh my goodness. People pick on you, right? People bully you. They make fun of you. They trip you in the hallways, take your lunch money. No? All right. Well, what I'm trying to get at is kids do bad things, right?
Don't worry, I'm going to
So they're putting dents in you. They're crinkling you up. Does anybody ever and I'm not saying you all, but have you ever seen someone get beat up before? Right? Just got beat up for no reason whatsoever.
Hold on.
So they got beat up. But that bloodied, battered, broken arms, whatever may happen, he gets back up and he continues to march on and continues to do what he does. Kids, I gotta tell you something. You all have a last name, correct?
Yes.
Can anybody take that name away from you?
No.
No. That is the one thing that has the unlimited dollar value, is your name. Who determines how much that value is?
My parents.
You do, right? Your parents? Okay. Sure. But who said my parents? Who said that? You did, Sean? So your parents, yes, they do, but you also determine that. Because when you go to school, if you go beat a kid up, you have now just taken that value and just lowered it a little bit, don't you think? Because you're doing something bad. So that's not what we want to do. When people pick on you, when kids beat you up and all that stuff, remember, your value doesn't change. You decide how much you are worth. You do. Nobody else does. That's important to remember. And remember, nobody can ever take away your name. That is your name forever and ever and ever and ever. Even if you get married, your maiden name's still what your parents' name was. Make sense?
Kind of.
So that is what we call a tie-in. And what we do is we take that and we tell our Marines, and if you all look behind you right now, over there, you see all those Marines with those pads and those little rubber sticks? Right? Those are martial arts students. They are all tan belts working to become gray belts. What gray belt? What level is that? Who doesn't have a belt yet? What do you got? What belt is gray belt? Is it that first, second, third, fifth, 12th? Second. All right, give her that last belt. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, give me that last belt. All right, so they are working just as hard as you are working. And ma'am, can I borrow you real quick? That's right, she is. This here is Second Lieutenant Foreign. Not only is she a girl or a woman, she's an officer. She's a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. But you see right here how she has a green belt and that tan tab. What does that tan tab mean? Is that a martial arts instructor or martial arts instructor trainer? Martial arts instructor. All right. And then when she becomes if she wants to, she can go out to Quantico, Virginia, and then she can earn that red stripe to become a martial arts instructor trainer. So even women do this, absolutely. And we are all the same because we are Marines. Marines. There is no woman Marine, male Marine. No, we are all Marines. So you all have the potential and ability to do that. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. I hope you learned a lot today. And I hope that when you go to school, you remember what I tell you about that value. So when you get your allowance and you look at it, keep it nice and clean. And if it happens to get dents in it, remember it's still worth that $20. Good to go? Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
The explanation of the time.
I remember.
Every time. 3 groups and then 1 at each cabinet.
Okay.
You ready to go?
So we need our 3 groups.